Hello, this is Ernest Burley Jr., your certified financial planner, your chartered financial consultant, your NFLPA registered player financial advisor, your investment advisor representative. I hold the Series 6, 63, and 7 that allow me to offer securities products to clients across the country. I'm also your author of 2 books on money management. That's Money Management Easy as 1, 2, 3, and Money Management from Grade School to Grad School. Those books are being used across the country to teach financial planning principles, money management principles, insurance concepts, and things of that nature to children, youth, and adults. So I thank you to the individuals who are doing that right now, churches and other individuals. I really appreciate that. And I ask the rest of you, hey, purchase those books, called Amazon, because my books are on Amazon. And just buy them out. Ask them for more and more books. I appreciate it. I'm also a licensed insurance agent with over 30 years of experience in the insurance industry and over 25 years in business. So I provide insurance products to clients across the country also. So I have clients from the north to the south, from the east to the west, all over the country, like I say every week, right? I know y'all get tired of me saying that, but hey, I just have to let people know. We have some newbies that come on that don't know this information. So I just like to let people know, who I am and all that kind of stuff. All right. I specialize in wealth management, investing. So IRAs, 401k plans. I do a lot of retirement planning with clients who are rolling over their retirement plans from their TSP or their 401k or what have you into an IRA for me to manage for them. Also, just portfolios. Sometimes people receive a large sum of money. They don't want to mess it up. They want to diversify it into the marketplace. So they say, hey, I want Ernest to, help me out with that. So retail accounts, brokerage accounts, things of that nature. Also, I specialize in asset protection. So protecting what you've accumulated, as well as asset growth to try to strategically grow what you have at your disposal. All different types of insurance, life insurance, auto insurance, homeowners, business policies, church policies, renters, condos, contractors, boat policies, jewelry, investment properties, the whole 9 yards, all different types of insurance policies, and also financial planning, whether it be basic financial planning or comprehensive financial planning. So those are my areas of expertise, in addition to athlete management. So the NFL side, I'm an NFLPA registered player financial advisor. And on the NBA side, I'm an NBPA certified player agent. So I can get you, get your guy looks from various teams in the NBA. And I'm also FIBA certified too. So overseas, I can get people looks overseas too. So let me know if you have someone who has that type of talent. The purpose of this podcast is to educate, to enlighten, and to empower you with clear, objective, concise, unbiased information to help you and your family, those that you're connected to help make some good decisions for yourselves, for your families, for your extended families, for your business, for your church, for your coworkers, to help them out. That's what the podcast is about, just helping out in a wide array for a wide array of people. Okay, so let's get to the podcast. Today's podcast is titled, "Is Your Homeowners Policy or Homeowners Insurance About to Be Canceled?" You better listen in. Again, is your homeowner's insurance about to be canceled? So here you go. Most people who have homeowners insurance rarely think about their homeowners insurance policy. It's very rare. It's usually thought about when they're about to file a claim. That's when you think about that homeowners policy. When you're about to file a claim, one of three reasons normally. When you're about to file a claim, when you're thinking about filing a claim, like, okay, that happened. I wonder if my insurance policy would cover that, if my homeowner's insurance policy would cover that. And sometimes people call and it's like a warranty type situation. Like, no, homeowner's insurance is not a warranty. That's home warranty, which is totally different, right? And also, number three, sometimes they hear about what happened to somebody else and they're like, oh man, let me check my policy and see what's going on there. They say, okay, well Joe had a claim or Mary had a claim and this happened and their insurance policy didn't pay for it, only paid part of it, or whatever. So let me check my policy to see what that is. And then sometimes they'll call with a hypothetical situation and ask if that would be covered. So those are the normal three reasons why people think about their homeowners policy. It's rare, but when those situations occur, then they start thinking about their homeowners policy. And like I always say, with any type of insurance or really any type of product or service, know what you have before you need to use it. You don't want to wait until it's time to use something and then figure out what is giving you protection for, what it's covering, and what it's going to do for you. Find out in advance, know in advance what your policy or your product or your service is going to provide for you. So when it comes time to use that product or policy or service, you know what to expect. Okay. Now, something else that people rarely think about, which is the topic of this podcast. People rarely think about getting canceled, but it happens every day, all day. Okay. So homeowners insurance policy is not a gimme. Like auto insurance is not a gimme either. People just think, insurance, they just take it for granted. Like, oh, I'll get a policy, but no big deal. They take it for granted. They think the homeowners policy is just a gimme. The auto policy is just a gimme, and it's there just to file claims. I've actually had people say that over my 27 years in business, whatever, 26 years in business. People are saying, that's what insurance is for. File claims, that's the wrong mindset. You keep thinking like that and keep filing claims repetitively like that, you're going to end up without insurance, right? So that's the wrong mindset. Companies don't have to give you coverage. They don't have to provide a policy for you, right? So each company has criteria for you to meet to secure a policy, to get a policy in the first place. And then they still have criteria for you to maintain that policy. So when you get the policy, there's still criteria you have to meet year after year to maintain that coverage, okay? Now, here are the two main reasons why. There are other reasons to be, getting canceled, but here are the two main reasons why homeowners policies get canceled, okay? Or non-renewed. That's like the nice way to say it, non-renewed, canceled. Here we go. So the first one is too many claims. If you file too many claims, for sure you are going to be canceled, right? Most companies look at a 3-year window. So they look at the past 3 years of your claim history to see what type of claims you've had. Now, it's mainly non-weather related claims. So insurance companies normally put weather related claims in a box, and it probably is not going to adversely affect you. So by weather related, say if a hurricane comes through there and blows your roof off, or a windstorm or tornado, or some type of weather-related storm happens, weather-related claim happens, that's in a separate box. It's probably not going to adversely affect you, okay? But if you have too many non-weather-related claims, and I don't have to explain that to you, it just means if the claim occurred not because of weather, it wasn't weather-related, right? So theft, fire, vandalism, all the kind of things, everything else that happens to you or a claim is filed for that is not related to the weather, right? If you have too many of those non-weather related claims within a 3-year period of time, you're itching to get scratched, and you're going to get scratched, right? So the insurance company is going to non-renew that policy. So some people think, oh, it's no big deal, I'll just jump ship and get another policy. Well, I just explained that every company has criteria, right? And companies have pretty similar criteria when it comes to claims. If you have too many claims, you can't jump ship to another company because they're going to look at your claim history and say, nope, we don't want that, right? So then you're in a box, you're messed up, right? Now, a lot of states have what's called a state fund or a state policy. So if you can't get private insurance, a private homeowners insurance policy, then the state probably has a policy that you can get, but it probably be more expensive, and it's probably not going to have as good coverage as a private insurance company would have. So ideally, you don't want to have yourself in that situation. Also, surplus lines companies. So one of the advantages my firm has is that we also offer surplus lines carriers, which are non-admitted carriers, which means they're not beholden to as many regulations as the admitted carriers, the companies that are admitted to the state. Non-admitted or surplus lines carriers, they have different underwriting criteria. They can write a higher risk type policy because they're not as heavily regulated as the individuals that are admitted to the state. So they'll offer you a policy also 9 times out of 10, but the premium is going to be higher, and the policy coverages may not be as good as a company that's admitted to the state, a typical homeowners insurance company. So you don't want to have yourself in that type situation. So that's number one. That's the number one Well, I would say the number one, that's one of the main reasons to get your policy canceled or non-renewed if you have too many claims in a short period of time. Okay. Now, the second way that you can get your policy canceled, and no one ever thinks about this until they get a letter from the insurance company. Listen in. Poor home maintenance. Never thought about that, right? But if your home is in a state of disrepair or something needs repairing and it's not done, the insurance company will send you a letter and say, hey, that needs to get done or we're not going to renew your policy. Now, some of the things I commonly see, or like say if you have a railing that's kind of shaky, so you have stairs going up to your home and it's a railing is shaky or it's rotted or something like that, or you have no railings at all on the side of some stairs or steps, they're probably going to say, hey, you need to fix that, that railing, or put one up or replace it, or what have you. Also on a deck, if you have a deck and the railing around the deck is kind of decrepit or rotted or kind of in a state of disrepair, they'll say, hey, you need to take care of that. If you have a bunch of debris, junk in your yard, like an abandoned refrigerator and old cars around there and just a whole bunch of stuff in the yard, that's probably going to be a situation that you're going to have to clean up too. If your roof is old, and by old now, these companies, you know, there's normally 20, 25 years, they get a little itchy. So if your roof is 20 years or older, then you're on the cusp of a company saying you need to replace that roof. This is funny. You know, companies are sending out drones to take pictures of roofs. I have some pictures of roofs on my computer right now where one of the companies, they have drones and they're going out taking a look at people's roofs and roofs. And if the roof is in a state of disrepair, that drone is taking a picture and that roof looks a little decrepit, they're going to send it to the agent's office and say, hey, that person needs to replace that roof that's in a state of disrepair, and they need to do it by such and such date, or we're not going to renew that policy. So you better get cracking on that stuff. So poor home maintenance can also get your homeowner's policy canceled. And people don't really think about that, but you have to think about it from the insurance. Well, you don't have to think about it from the insurance company standpoint, but I'm going to explain it to you. It's all about risk with insurance. So if you have an old decrepit roof, they know that's a claim waiting to happen. If just a small windstorm comes by, it might blow off some shingles because the shingles are old, right? Or it's the roof may start leaking pretty soon. If you have all these things in the yard, that's a hazard for someone to injure themselves. If you have shaky railing, that's a liability exposure. Someone kind of leans on that to try to support themselves and they fall. You see that? You see, there's a reason behind all of that stuff. So those are the two key reasons that I've seen in my my history of being in the insurance industry as to why your homeowner's policy will be canceled. Too many claims, and if your home is in a state of disrepair. So let's be proactive and not reactive. Let's be proactive so you don't have to be reactive and get another policy within a short period of time, have limited options, paying a higher premium, maybe not as good coverage as you would have otherwise. Let's, kind of try to control those things that we can control and not put ourselves in a box or in a bad situation. So claims, hey, you can't really do anything about weather-related claims, right? You can't control a hurricane coming through, or a tornado, or a rainstorm, or hailstorm. Can't control that stuff. I'm not talking about that. But some other things you may be able to control. You can't control someone breaking into your home and all, but there are some things you can control. Just be proactive about trying to make sure the weather-related claims are occurring too frequently with your home, okay? Because that's a reason to get canceled, right? And on the other side, regarding repair to the home, make sure your home is in a state of good repair, because you don't want all these repairs required and you don't have the money to do it in a short period of time when you could have just done regular maintenance over time and made sure those things were taken care of properly. Okay. And that's it. So that's it for today's podcast. Pretty short and to the point, right? Those are the two reasons why you may be on the cusp of being canceled, your homeowner's policy being canceled, and you don't even know it until you get that letter. Okay. So we don't want you to get that letter. I want you to be proactive and make sure that your homeowner's policy is not about to get canceled unbeknownst to you. All right, so that's it for today's podcast. I thank you guys for listening in. I really appreciate it. I thank y'all for listening every week like you do, and forwarding my YouTube channel and podcast to others. I really appreciate that. I ask that you continue to do that, everyone. take a look at my information and say, hey, let me forward this link to my friends, my family members, my church members, my coworkers, my employers, everyone that's connected to me across the globe, because the internet is global, right? So I ask that you do that for me and ask them to, forward the information to their friends, family members, church members, coworkers, employers, etc. Go in there. My YouTube channel has my podcasts are on my YouTube channel. All of my podcasts are on my YouTube channel. It's just my name, Ernest Burley Jr. So if you Google Ernest Burley Jr. In the YouTube channel, you'll see that. And like and subscribe. So like the videos and also subscribe. I'm sure there's some video in there that I mean, not all the videos are going to be for you, right? But I'm sure there's something in there. I talk about a lot of different things. I talk about auto insurance and real estate and how to improve your credit score and buying a car versus leasing a car, beneficiaries versus wills and trusts, and just a whole wide array of topics in there. So like, subscribe. So ask your friends and family and church members and what have you to do the same, to like the videos and also subscribe to the channel and forward my channel to others. If you want to connect with me, really easy to do. My phone number is 301-262-2600. My email address is my first name at my full name.com. So Ernest at ernestburleyjr.com. And my website, you can connect with me through my website also. My website is just my name, Ernest Burley Jr. or Ernest Burley, ernestburley.com. So www.ernestburleyjr.com or ernestburley.com. And I have a lot of great videos and information on my website too that would be of interest to you also, I think. So kind of flick around through there and see what may be of interest to you. You can email me through my website. That's it. That's it for that. I have to mention my disclaimer since everything is mentioned regarding me being a financial planner and mentioning stuff like that. I have to say my disclaimer. So here we go. Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc., 13621 Annapolis Road in Bowie, Maryland, 20720. That's where my firm is located, just outside the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., but I have clients all over the country. So state lines don't restrict Ernest Burley and Burley Insurance and Financial Services from helping clients all across the country in financial services and insurance, and also athlete management. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Next Financial Group, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc. is not an affiliate of Next Financial Group, Inc. This material is not intended as an offer or solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security or other financial instrument. Past performance does not guarantee future performance. All the views expressed are those of Ernest Burley Jr., moi, and Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc., and not those of Next Financial Group, Inc. Next Financial Group, Inc. does not provide tax advice. And that's it for today's podcast. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully it was some information that was helpful to you and helpful to yours, okay? Y'all take care and y'all be safe out there.